It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And there's a flag on the play. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And tough starting field position here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
Now Brady. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Now Brady firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And, look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Well, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Brady gives now to Blunt. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Brady to throw on 2nd down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Brady. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
On play action, now Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
They come out here in the eye. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The linebacker, Jonathan Freeney, makes the stop. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Again, Anderson. And there's a flag on the field. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how you guys are going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. An extra corner on the field for New England here on third down.
Yeah, another DB. Now Simeon. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was trying to get it to Benny Fowler that time. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up. But how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Here's Blunt, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
Now Blunt. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Shotgun now for Brady. Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too. C.J. Anderson may not be a Pro Bowl runner, but he knows how to run big in big games.
Yeah, he sort of sealed the Super Bowl for them in the fourth quarter. Big game against the Patriots last year on a Monday night, but only 720 yards all told in 2015.
All right, here we go.
Simeon. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They'll come out in the pistol. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback right in the face of him.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. Blunt, the lone running back. Now Brady throwing on second down. It's caught outright, Amendola. Give him 14 on the play, and that'll make it third down. Third down now following the completed pass. Here's Brady to throw. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Brady. And it's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. Well, with Gronk out, Martellus Bennett really stepped up in week 2, over 100 yards and a touchdown.
And really emerged, because in week 1, there weren't very many opportunities for him, but he didn't care about that. They got the win. That's all that mattered to him. But how about this game? 5 catches, 114 yards, a touchdown, and a serious straight arm. Byron Maxwell tried to get him down, but Bennett wasn't having any of it.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, You almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, here's Brady. And his throw is incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target. And that'll lead here to a third down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now Brady. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Have we yet met a receiver that wasn't excited about getting a chance to play with Tom Brady?
Absolutely not.
And Martellus Bennett bringing his considerable skills to New England now. Going to hook up with Mr. Brady for another completion here.
Yeah, 90 catches a couple years ago in Chicago, 53 last year for Bennett. Into the red zone, it's Brady. His throw caught at about the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Again, it's Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. It's picked the big man. Get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. So after the INT, it's Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And by the way, we should probably give a congratulations to the Minnesota Vikings just opening a new stadium, US Bank Stadium, and they christened it with a 3-point victory.
And it was so great to look up and see all the old Vikings at the game and the fans enjoying it. That was fantastic. But how about Sam Bradford? The big move, the big trade, his first start, and it pays off in a huge way. He and Stephon Diggs have already made a big-time connection.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on third down and 9. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, the left-footed Ryan Allen to kick it away for the Pats. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded at the 20. Oh, he shifts past him. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Ready?
On 2nd down, Anderson trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Simeon trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for him throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. They slot Gronkowski outright. From midfield, here's Brady. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They come out here in the eye. They start the drive with Anderson. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
All right, here we go.
They run it again with Anderson. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here, as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be good for a Denver first down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space. The big guys leading the way.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, while we have a second, let's look at the fantasy football world. Some of those guys that were expected to be elite taken in most leagues round 1, how do you think they fared?
Well, partner, I should be asking you, because I know you exist in this world in a big way, but it looks like the guys at the top of the list are doing pretty well. Odell Beckham Jr., Antonio Brown was a monster in week 1. And Julio Jones, he's coming along really, really well. And then the guys who run the ball, David Johnson in Arizona, boy, catches it, runs it, doing a great job. And don't sleep on Ezekiel Elliott. That 83 yards and a touchdown. Don't trade him.
They're giving him the ball out, that's for sure. And then D'Angelo Williams has been excellent. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Now Simeon. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Virgil Green is tight end, the intended receiver. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. The drive starts with a handoff to Blunt. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Give him 22 on that one. And it gives the Pats a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And now they call on Stephen Gostkowski. His career-long 57 yards, set just a year ago. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
They come up in an offset eye. And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Well, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to look deep down the field. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Pats will take over at their own 20. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They slot Gronkowski outright. Brady to throw on second down. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Blunt, the lone running back. He'll get him running right. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down at 4 now.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw, it's Brady. Amendola catching it left side. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That's taken on the 25. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Denver getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. And, of course, Charles, through just 2 weeks of the season, quite a few 2-0 teams. Good news for those fan bases since 1990 when the NFL made the move to 2 wild cards. Close to 60% of teams that started 2-0 got into the postseason.
And I'm going to keep it strictly in the AFC right now. Here's what impressed me about some of these 2-0 teams. How about New England? All right, Jimmy Garoppolo has been the starting quarterback. He gets hurt. Jacoby Brissett comes in, and they still win the game. How about the Broncos and Trevor Siemian? They're off to a 2-0 start. I love what Houston was able to do to get to 2-0. Exercised a big demon in beating Kansas City, who routed them last year in the playoffs. Those teams have really impressed me, and last but not least, Pittsburgh focused and beat Cincinnati to get to 2-0.
And this is going to be incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it in. 2nd down and 4. They come out here in the eye. Again, here's Blunt. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And that is incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended target. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Taken from just outside the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now a run with Anderson. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
You have to control the guy playing over the nose in order to run the ball up the middle against a 3-4, and they did that very well on that play. And that hurts the linebackers because what they're counting on, especially the guys in the middle, is that nose taking on 2, sometimes 3 blockers, eating those guys up and allowing the linebackers to run free and make a play. But when they control the nose, it allows other guys to get upfield to that second level and block the linebackers. And now the running back's got some room to roam. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
There's no secret to beating a 3-4 when you're trying to run the ball at the middle. You have to control the guy over the nose of the center. And oftentimes, he's awfully hard to move. That's why he's there. A big guy, usually north of 300 pounds, with some agility. But somehow, you got to figure out how to move him. And most teams will double the nose. Center and a guard trying to move him to one side or the other. And when they're able to do that successfully, as just happened here, that's when you get big-time running plays. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
All right, here we go.
Now Anderson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Getting the call is Anderson running left. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now whistles blow and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. Another pistol look here.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Simeon. They set up the screen to Booker. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And McManus able to put it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the 1st on 2nd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And just like that, it's 3rd down. yards to go. It's third down. Throwing is Brady on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Every time I see a hitch pattern dropped, I go back to the combine because there's a drill that they use all the time that's called the gauntlet drill, where a receiver catches the ball and just works his way straight down the line and catches it from different sides. And the problem with that drill is that you don't actually have to secure the catch. You just kind of catch it, drop it immediately.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, Anderson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football. But the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the second level, the linebackers, or the third level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front and put their bodies out there and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
And the tackle there by Chris Long.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson taking it in. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Multiple pass deflections in this game for Chris Harris Jr., undrafted out of Kansas, came on the scene as a rookie, was on the all-rookie team, and he's such a presence now.
Think about the mental toughness it takes to be undrafted and have an impact on the league in such a short amount of...
And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.